I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned to cleanup duty, rooting out any remnants of Saren's army. But the Geth and Saren were just the beginning. The Reapers had other plans. A few months after the battle for the Citadel, while we were on patrol, we were attacked by an unknown vessel. Before we knew what was happening, we were disabled and forced to abandon ship. The Normandy was destroyed. We lost a lot of good people. I almost didn't make it myself. Technically, I was as close to death as you can get. By the time my body was recovered, there wasn't much left. The pro-human group, Cerberus, acquired what was left of my body and spent the next 2 years rebuilding me. My memories, abilities, everything. The person in charge of my recovery was a Cerberus agent, Miranda Lawson. Brilliant and efficient. But before I could be completely rehabilitated, the Cerberus facility we were in was attacked, and was forced to fight my way out. In my condition, I should have died. But an ex-Alliance soldier named Jacob Taylor kept me alive. We found Miranda, and we escaped. They took me to meet the Elusive Man, the leader of Cerberus and the one who had ordered me rebuilt. The Elusive Man lived up to his name, offering half answers to many of my questions. But he did explain why he had brought me back. He believed I was the one person who could stop the Reaper threat. And he explained that the Reapers had a new ally, an insectoid race called the Collectors, the ones who had attacked the Normandy 2 years earlier. Since that time, they'd been systematically abducting entire human colonies and taking them beyond the Omega-4 relay, a place that no ships other than Collector ships ever returned from. The Elusive Man wanted me to find out why humans were being abducted, and to end it. In return, Cerberus would outfit me with a rebuilt Normandy, weapons, and a skeleton crew. As long as I agreed to take along Miranda, Jacob, and an illegal AI named Edie. I told the Elusive Man I wanted my own team, people I knew. He already had a list of individuals that he wanted, people that might be willing to go on a suicide mission, to head beyond the Omega-4 relay and face the unknown. It was an interesting list. Ex-convicts, assassins, experimental scientists. In the end, it was my choice. It would take time and effort to recruit them all, and with more humans disappearing every day, I wasn't sure I should bother. I decided I needed all the help I could get. Recruiting the team took me all over the galaxy. Along the way, I met some old friends. They were quick to join, despite the risks. As for the rest, finding them and convincing them to join me on a suicide mission was difficult. But keeping them from killing each other was next to impossible. They only had to stay alive long enough to complete the mission. I wasn't sure what difference it would make if they were happy doing it. But if we were going to survive this, our best chance was to make sure everyone was working together. I tried to recruit and reconnect with a few of my old squad, but they were suspicious of Cerberus. No doubt why they weren't on the Elusive Man's list to begin with. Worse, they had moved on. For 2 years, they'd believed I was dead and lost. Now I was headed off on another suicide mission. If things were going to get better between us, it would take time. But I was running out of time. If they wouldn't help, then I'd find someone else. With most of the team recruited, we were getting close. We just needed to figure out how to survive the Omega-4 relay. Our best chance came when we discovered a damaged Collector ship. We went in knowing it could be a trap, but we had to try. What we found there was almost unbelievable. The Collectors weren't a new race at all. They were the twisted remnants of the Protheans, slaves of the Reapers, and humans were the next target. The Collectors were abducting tens of thousands of humans for the Reapers, and unless we could find a way to stop them, we'd end up just like the Protheans. We had to escape before we could find out the secrets of the Omega-4 relay, but we were more determined than ever to put a stop to the Collectors. All we needed now was a way through the relay. Edie had figured out what we needed, and the Elusive Man knew where to find it. We stole parts from a derelict Reaper to mask our ship's signature, to make the Normandy appear as a Reaper and allow us safe passage. As soon as we had what we needed, Joker and Edie began testing. But while I was away on a mission with the team, the Collectors attacked the Normandy, determined to destroy it before we could finish the tests. Joker and Edie did their best to fight them off. They saved the ship, but the entire crew was abducted, taken beyond the Omega-4 relay. Jacob wanted to go immediately and rescue the crew. Edie and Miranda wanted more time to prepare before we attacked. We only had one chance to attack the Collectors. I knew we had to be ready before we went, even if it meant sacrificing the crew. I gathered everyone to go over the plan. We all knew this was likely a one-way ticket. The team was ready, but they were nervous. We knew this could be our last day together. We were scared and looking for reassurance. Some of us found it in each other. Miranda came to my room to talk, to share her thoughts. We spent the night together, comforting each other. The day of the attack, everything went as planned, at first. The Normandy made it safely through. As we scanned the wreckage of all the ships that had failed before us, we found what we were looking for. The Collector base. And guarding it, the ship that had destroyed the Normandy 2 years ago, and almost ended my life. But this time, we were the attacker. And the Normandy was equipped to deal with it. We took some damage, but destroyed the Collector ship, and made our way to their base. We knew the fighting inside would be brutal. We arrived intact, but the team wasn't strong enough to withstand the assault. Eventually, we made it to the heart of the base. To this day, I can hardly believe what we saw there. The collected humans had been dissolved, transformed and repurposed to create the frame for a new Reaper. A massive human Reaper abomination. We had no choice but to destroy it. The battle caused severe damage to the base, but we needed to destroy it completely. As I prepped explosives to finish the job, we received a message. The elusive man. He didn't want us to destroy the base at all. He wanted to preserve it. He wanted to study how the humans were transformed into the abomination we'd seen. To use the technology of the Collectors to help defeat the Reapers. I always suspected the elusive man had his own motives, but I couldn't agree with him on this. We had stopped the Collectors. We would find a way to stop the Reapers without sacrificing our morality in the process. We destroyed the base, completely, and escaped back through the Omega-4 relay. The mission was a success, and in the end, the whole team made it out alive. And though the crew was killed before we could rescue them, they didn't die in vain. We stopped the Collectors, and we stopped the Reapers from creating their abomination. And we bought everyone just a little more time. If only there was more time. The Reapers are still coming. Every day a bit closer. I handed every piece of intel on the Collectors and Cerberus over to the Alliance brass. They're not sure what to make of it, but at least they're listening. I just hope they figure out what to do about it soon, before time runs out for all of us.